put it on the road and grain for the local elevator. Did that for a year, hauling grain and fertilizer, and got into some other stuff. I did some long haul reefer and bull rack stuff. Kind of made my way into dry van work where we're at now, dry van and a little bit of hopper stuff.
Do you ever miss driving bull rack and all that?
Not really. It was, this deal I got now, I'm home more, you know, I might be gone a couple, 3 nights a week, but I like doing it for myself and having the home time, being around, staying kind of close to home. Get out to like Indiana, Ohio, Nebraska once in a while. For the most part, it might go up to the Dakotas or southern Iowa, stay close to home.
So what's it like to be gone that amount of time and then come home?
Well, I guess for a single guy, I don't have a girlfriend or a family or nothing, so for me it's easy, I guess, to pack up, bag, and be gone a few days at a time. When I was gone for a week at a time doing bull rack and reefer stuff I mean, you sure enjoyed the home time, the day or two that you were there. Just kind of why I got into what I'm doing now, trying to stay home more and do that.
All right. So this is your truck now behind us.
Yep.
What was your first truck you had? Or this one?
That's the only one I've ever had. Yeah.
The 379?
Yep, 2000, 379. I bought it with about 1.2 million miles. We put on just over 300,000 miles on it.
What's the different maintenance you gotta do every day to this truck?
Drive it.
Drive it? That's it?
You always get stuff that happens on the road. I think it was a couple weeks ago here, I was heading up towards central northern Minnesota. Brake valve on the back of the frame started leaking real bad. Had to limp it home, and I got home, it was I think 6 or 7 o'clock that night. The parts were set out over in Worthington because I had to be up in Moorhead, up by Fargo, the next day, 5 hours away. So I ran over to Worthington, grabbed the part, and spent all night fixing it. I got done about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Went home and got cleaned up, and away we went. So there's been a few, you know, sleepless nights trying to keep it going and not miss loads. It can get hectic, but the days that, you know, like today, the sun's shining and the truck's working good, man, that's
a good day.
that keeps you going. That surely outweighs the bad times and, you know, the weeks that you really didn't have much fun.
I know we were talking before, your brother's semi's back there. You guys run together then?
Yeah.
As a family business, basically.
Well, yeah, we'll do. He's got. Well, see, I got my own authority.
Yep.
And my brother's got his own authority. But we, you know, in the beginning, you know, a few years ago when I bought my truck, he bought his shortly after, and we kind of had different views on where we wanted to go in the industry and what we wanted to do. But, you know, like I say, I did that long haul stuff, and he tried hauling feed ingredients locally, and the stuff we did never really panned out, or I guess it wasn't really what we wanted. And in the end, I guess we kind of ended up in, you know, where we are now, doing the same things. We learned a lot along the way.
Is it harder to work with your family some days, or is it harder to work with your family, or is it easier?
Depends on the day. I'm glad I got my brother to lean on, you know, and kind of bounce ideas off, ask questions. But yeah, believe me, there's days I wish I didn't see him, you know. Just like any family operation, I guess. That's why I left the farm, and just like anything, it's got its good days and bad days, you know.
All right, now, I want to talk about you haul seed, Pioneer.
Yep.
How do you guys get your loads? Hey, how does that all work?
That's, well, it's through another logistics company that we get our loads through. That they just email us loads for the week and kind of go like that. Other times it depends, you know, you get slow times that you'll have to get on the load board. They got load boards for, you know, if you got a reefer trailer or busy too. So it all depends on what you're doing. Like when I hauled grain for the elevator, I guess I just walked up to the manager of the grain department and asked him if he needed another driver. Yeah, you know, get on and haul. You know, today you might be hauling to the ethanol plant, the next day you're hauling to the feed mill or, you know, a bean crushing plant. When I was doing reefer and bull rack stuff, that was actually, there was another guy that they were actually his loads, so I would pull his reefer trailer and then I'd answer to him. You know, he'd tell me where to go, when to be there, what I got to do. But that, like I say, it all kind of led us to where we're at. Who knows what the next 2, 5, 10 years might bring. Who knows what we might be hauling.
Who knows what semis you'll have?
Yeah. Like you say, the repairs kind of, God, it keeps you beat down, but you look at the price of a new one and you can't afford the payment either.
No, they're
you know,
not going down.
Right. No, it's, every day you're putting in $600 in fuel and tires once a year.
Do you prefer the old Peterbilts or you like the new style?
I've never ran a new one. I couldn't tell you.
Never?
I do like the no emissions on these old ones. You know, you don't have DEF or no electronic stuff. I know a guy locally, I guess he's not too far away. He's got I think it's a 2010 Peterbilt, and his engine went to hell on him. And he decided rather than to rebuild that newer engine, he put an old mechanical one in there, old mechanical cat. And I thought, man, you're going to take a 2010 truck and put a motor out of a 1980s truck in there. It's treated him well. He hasn't had any, you know, for sure no electric troubles with it, and repairs are cheap. Depends what you want.
And you just run regular logbooks. You don't got electronic logbooks in here?
No, this one's old enough. The motor is a 99. We just run paper logs.
And once you get to the newer trucks, then you got to put the electronic up in there.
Yeah. And I think that was part of why that guy went to that old mechanical engine, so he could still run paper logs.
Those electronic logs, they'll shut your truck down, won't they?
Yeah, I've heard that they, if you get up to your, I've never ran one, but I've heard if you get up to your, the end of your on-duty time or whatever, that you can't go over a certain speed or something that derates it, shuts it down. I wouldn't want none of that.
No. All right, Mr. Tyler. Well, thank you for doing this with me today.
Hey, you bet. Yeah, I'm glad you came up.
All right.